How significant and important is the ability to use language for intelligence? Language can be understood as basically a system of labeling. It doesn't necessarily have to be verbally spoken, as sign language or computer coding language would still count as a labeling system. It also doesn't have to be well known by any minimum quantity of individuals, as one person could technically invent their own labeling system and create a language. The main function of a language seems to be labeling objects, concepts, and categories. This acts as a shortcut for referring to objects of or motion of objects, or categories of groupings of either. Using this shortcut reference system can benefit an individual by referring to memories more quickly and easily, or benefit groups of beings that share the same language saved in memory. By this definition of language, even animals use some language. Animals communicate using body language, sounds, or smells as the common methods to transfer information to other animals. This can be as simple as a certain sound of chattering from a squirrel, which they have used to label an object being a predator. They transfer the information to other squirrels using their labeling system to warn others to react by running from the predator. But animals don't seem to use language as an individual as a shortcut labeling system for referencing memories. They don't seem to be capable of complex memory access, which makes use of the labeling system as an individual in order to take time to think about how different objects or actions are relative to one another. For an individual to access memories of how objects or actions relate to one another, cause and effect, it seems to require conscious thought. With the use of conscious thought, a labeling system seems to become profoundly more significant. A labeling system enables an individual to more effectively use memory of how objects affect each other. With labels, a new shortcut link is saved in memory, making access to groupings of objects or groupings of actions faster within memory. These groupings can be saved in memory with a label of category. For example, the label of plants can be saved as the category for any organism which has those similar traits. Then, when accessing memories of general plants, the subconscious has a saved shortcut to that word associated with the concept that applies to all organisms with those traits. Without this saved label, if someone was to attempt to access memory of how plants relate to another factor, perhaps the environment, the individual would need to take more time to access memories of all different types of plants, and then access specific memories of different traits of different plants, and how plants interact differently in different circumstances. A labeling system also allows the shortcut to memories of the types of interactions that the plants have in various situations. It allows the label of growing as a trait of a plant, referring to the action of something becoming larger and changing its physical appearance, as well as a saved memory shortcut of how something becomes larger in size, causes different reactions. Overall, with the shortcuts of labels saved in subconscious memory, an individual seems to be able to access memories of multiple factors and the information of how factors cause or affect other factors to react in a certain way. These shortcuts seem to allow memory access to a higher quantity of information about objects and actions to be more distinct and much quicker. Language seems to allow significant progress for a species with the capability of conscious thought, enabling more effective relation of cause and effect within memory. This should be beneficial to each individual, as they can make a quicker and more accurate estimate of outcome, and therein beneficial adjustments to the factors involved in any given situation.